Come on in. Come on, get in here. It's only 111 degrees outside today. Only. Well, we were closing in on 120. So we're at a little bit more normal temperatures, just a tad humid, maybe about 30% humidity. We have had some bad storms come through, but back. I didn't forget about you all. I had to wait for Temu to send me another order. Not sure why it took so long. For those of you that don't know where you are, you've been here before, right? For those of you that are new to my channel, hi! My name is Connie, and you have just entered Connie's Little Corner. So come on in, grab a beverage, sit down, relax. If you are new, down below in the description box, you will find my link and my code, which is AFC 95851. Those two things will get you a $100 coupon bundle for future purchases and 30% off your first purchase ever when you join Temu and you download the app using my link. You also get other surprises. Mama's doing great. I just got home from spending the entire day with her. She had wonderful therapies. It looks like she may be discharged on Thursday. Not holding my breath yet, but she is making a lot of progress. Few more details to go over as far as her care goes and her discharge and outpatient services, all that other kind of stuff. But there are people working on arranging that, so it'll be nice to see her finally coming out of a facility after almost 3 weeks of being inpatient. And I've been very impatient about getting some more Temu to you guys. So let's get into it. I don't even remember half of what is in here. I think we have a little bit of a mix. This is another free order. I got it on all my credits from the influencer and the affiliate programs. And if you haven't yet gotten on board with those, you might want to think about it. All right. Item number one, $4.86 for a 2-pack of utensils. I have gone to the dollar store and bought myself an extra slotted spatula. I dropped it about 2 weeks ago while washing dishes, and it literally, because it was hard plastic and not acrylic or whatever, or you know the word I'm looking for, it literally just cracked. It just split, and a piece of it broke off. So needless to say, I didn't buy another one from the dollar store. I got these. This is silicone. Can you look at this? Look at that. It's even got the beveled edge so that you can slide underneath things to get them, and it's not a blunt pickup. Nice and thick, nice and sturdy. There's a little bit of a curve. Can you see this little curve in the handle to make it more natural? Silicone on the end, and of course, a nice hanger. This has got some weight to it. This is pretty sturdy. Very impressed that the set of two was only $4.86. I know I had price adjustments. It was lower, but yeah. So there's the slotted spatula. And then the other set also comes with a standard flipping spatula, which is not slotted. So this one also has that same beveled edge down here. That's that angle. Can you see that angle on that edge to make it easy to get under things and pick them up? So this is great. These are great for like burgers and patties and things like that are juicy. Or if you want to stir something like if you're making goulash, this is great for the pancakes and the French toast and things like that. Again, the same curve in the handle, nice, solid, and the hanger. Love this. This is an amazing set. And guess what? It comes in about 15 colors. So shop around. They have everything from the pastel colors, blacks, orange, yellow, pink, blue, green, gray, white. Of course, I had to get red, right? It's a given. All right, let's see what else we got in this bag. This was $8.36, and this is a solar light bulb. Now, I had gotten this for the greenhouse and for the walk-in greenhouse that you haven't seen yet. You've seen pictures of it. It's approximately just shy of 5 feet wide, 5 feet deep, but it's about 5.5, 6 feet tall with a peaked roof. Now, obviously, I'm not going to run power out to a portable greenhouse, something along those lines. So I got this cute little solar light. It's got a little tiny solar panel. and I can feed, excuse me, it's got 6 foot of cord. I can feed this cord through a gap in the mesh, like where it has the tie downs, and just hang this from the center. All right. So this is very, very cool. You can see it's already charged. It's pretty bright. And that's even in here with light. So it's going to be even better outside. It's got a little on-off button up on the top. Right. There's your charger where you plug in your solar connection from there to here. And you have your little light. Can you see this right here that's flashing red? That tells you that you have power to it. And it's charging. This little tiny solar panel, you peel off the clear, right? And it has really strong 2-sided tape where you simply just stick it to the roof. Because the roof of the greenhouse it's not really a web material, but it's like a tarp. It's kind of almost not quite a canvas, but it's more like, those blue tarps that you get. That's what the cover is. It's a poly-based type. So this will stick very nicely to it. And the wire is more than long enough. I can hang this on pretty much any spot that I want to hang it in there. I can even hang it on a shelf because my greenhouse does have shelves in it. It has U-shaped shelves. I can't talk today. I have to tell you why I can't talk today. Yesterday, Sunday, we had a horrible combination of storms come through my area. It started off with high winds, and I'm talking winds that were strong enough that picked up my heavy cast metal pedestal chairs and threw them more than 50 feet across my yard. It threw one of them through the screen of my lanai. So needless to say, tomorrow I have to do some damage control and I have to repair some screening. I have to go out to Lowe's and Home Depot and repair some screening. There was stuff all over the yard that wasn't even mine. Who knows where it came from? I had stuff up on my roof. I had to go up on the roof yesterday afternoon when the storm stopped. Well, last night, 8 o'clock last night, I'm up on the roof, well, on a ladder, reaching when I can reach. I didn't want to climb the roof in the dark. So first thing this morning at 6 o'clock, I am up on the roof, walking the roof, checking my solar panels, checking my shingles, checking my HVAC unit, see if there's any damages or problems. Basically just sweeping the stuff off the roof that got up there. And it's amazing the amount of stuff that was up there. But I got lucky and I didn't have any roof damage. I am very, very glad I had not yet put up my greenhouse because my little small greenhouse that I was using for my compost, that was tied down, staked into the ground, and it had these big, long, 18-inch heavy bricks holding it down, and the wind still tore it out of the ground and sent it flying across the yard. This is how bad the winds were. Then those winds brought in a haboob. And in case you're not familiar, a haboob is like a giant sandstorm. It's a wall of sand, and that is all you see coming at you. And it literally, in my lanai out behind me, all over the yard, it's an absolute mess. Yeah. And then everything turns to thunderstorms. So everything that was dusty and sandy then turned into mud and flood. And yesterday was a nightmare for weather in Arizona, well, at least in my part of Arizona. So needless to say, my greenhouse is not going up anytime soon. The storm even destroyed the raised flower beds that I had. It literally ripped the mesh covers of the dome covers I had. It totally destroyed them, ripped them off. It killed most of the plants that I had out there, literally, because some of my plants were vining on things. And when the trellis they were vining on got ripped out, it ripped out my plants. So my veggie garden is no more. So that being said, I have a light, but I'm going to set it aside probably next year. I don't know. 43 cents. A basic bottle. I love that it comes with the little top to cap it off. I end up, and you probably do too, when I open like a jar of spaghetti sauce or pizza sauce, or maybe I had a huge bottle of ketchup and it's taking up a lot of space, I prefer to downsize and put it in something smaller that will take up less space. This is also great, believe it or not, when you're a single person and you just want to make a little bit of something. This is great for a little bit of pancake mix, a small amount of batter if I'm making something really tiny. This is good not just for storage and dispensing, but dispensing, period. So, good amount of size. It has 250 mils it holds, and it's marked on both sides. It's got the markings here. It's also got the markings on the other side. Nice cap that fits very, very snugly. So I like that. Good for inside and out. And for 43 cents, I probably should have gotten a couple of more because I'm downsizing and I want to shrink everything as much as I can. So that's one of the things I can shrink, right? Okay, next. There's a little bit of everything in here. I told you. Oh, 57 cents for these. No, not for the red stripes. That's the sticky stuff. I am one of those people that I'm kind of glad there's no men in my house where the bottom seat of the toilet, not the lid, but the seat is not having to go up and down all the time and having to touch it. It's just always been a problem for me when there's a man in the house actually having. I used to grab a little square of toilet paper just to hold the seat to put it up and down until I cleaned it. So what I got instead was this just cute little handle. It's just plastic, it's not metal. You put the sticky strip, which are these two things right here. It comes with two of them just in case. It goes, whoops, it goes this way. It has the same curve. Can you see the curve it has? Just like the side of the toilet seat. You put the sticky seat on the seat, not the lid. So when you do want to lift the seat to clean it, you simply use this and you're not touching the seat. Keeps your hands clean, a little more sanitary, and it's out of the way. It doesn't have to be in the front. I plan on putting it about halfway back on the side, which is where I tend to normally grab when I want to lift up and really scrub the toilet. So it's just a cute little thing. You can get silver, you can get gold. They have fancier ones, but I said, you know what? For 57 cents, I'll try the plastic one, see how it works. Right? So how y'all been doing? Levi and I are doing okay. We're doing better. Um, we still have our days. He has completely changed his habits. He used to eat breakfast with Sadie every morning, and then they would eat dinner together. But now he doesn't eat breakfast at all. Since she passed, he waits, and then when I have my dinner, he has his dinner, and we have our dinner together. And I think he's hoping he's going to get some scraps from me. You know? But he's doing better. He's sleeping well. He's getting a little more playful. He's enjoying his raw hides a little bit more. It is too hot to go out and run around and play with him. He's still very clingy when it's time to go outside. I have to go with him. All right, 90 cents for this. This is silver chain, and this is 2 meters. Now, I did get a refund on this because this is not as described. This is what I got. What was pictured was a spindle, a roll that was about 3 inches long and about 1.5 inches around with 10 meters on it. But what they sent me was 2 meters in a little plastic bag. So I did get a refund on it, but I want to show it to you because this is absolutely gorgeous. Really, let me gather it up a little bit. Really, really, look at this chain. Really fine, delicate silver chain. Isn't that beautiful? I love the way it glitters. Why did I get this chain? Well, if any of you have checked out my Etsy channel yet, which is Connie's Little Corner at Etsy, and no apostrophe in the, it's just like you see on the sign, Konnees. What I am offering right now that I started my Etsy channel with is safety chains for hearing aids. So this would get attached to one hearing aid Just like with Mom's, it would go around the back and the other end would be cut to length, and you barely notice it because it's so thin and so fine. But yet, if the hearing aids, if one falls out, they stay attached to each other. If they're both taken off, they're easier to find because they're on a chain. And I did have some requests, some messages from people saying, well, do I have a really, really fine chain? So I thought I would get this and try it and see what they thought of it. But it's absolutely beautiful. Nice and glittery, very fine. I'm just disappointed that I didn't get what I ordered. So I did get a full refund when I contacted them. And of course, I didn't have to send it back. So I will probably gift this to the person that actually asked for it. It's the right thing to do, right? All right, next, $1.29. And this goes with the chain and with my hearing aid safety chain that I'm creating. This is a bag of 10, and these are 3 mil little tiny containers of glue. The B7000 is the absolute best metallic glue when doing jewelry. Now, I do not use this for gemstones. This is used for metal to metal, or in a case like the hearing aid chains, from the chain to the hearing aid. 1 drop of this is all it takes. Literally, that's all it takes. So I supply 1 little tube with the chain length and my instruction book and the glue and the chains. Most of the chains that I offer, which is a variety, come from Temu. They're Temu products. So I'm keeping the cost down for me, which means I'm keeping the cost down for my customers. So this is a bag of 10 for $1.29. That's roughly 13 cents for that little tiny tube. If you don't have B7000 and you have to do certain repairs, it is the best. You can use it on metal, you can use it on ceramic. It does not work really good on cloth. You can use it on gemstones, but I don't recommend it simply because it's very, very hard to get that tiny little dot that you need for little bitty gems. If you have a bigger gem or something that's larger, like a gem that's in the middle of a pendant, yes, it will work perfectly for that. It will work on repairing anything metal that might be cracked or split, or you want to hold it together. Not the best thing. As I said, it's not great for cloth. It'll work kind of if you're repairing something that's maybe plastic or that hard plastic. You're going to have to pick and choose what you use it on, but it's perfect and it dries clear. This is the clear one. And that's a bonus. So this is a resin glue. So anything that's of a resin nature will work beautifully. All right, time for more. I don't know what else I have in the bag. There's more. All right, let's see. Aha! This was, believe it or not, $2.98. Now, okay, you all know what I have. Well, I don't know what to say an addiction, but what I absolutely love. The scallop edge, give you a hint. I love, 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 love Temu night dresses. Look at this one. Black, soft, really cottony feel on the top. Scoop neck, square back, right? Got that nice white liner that we look for. And this night dress just says love. It's not a real pink color. It's more of a peachy color with reds and white, hearts and loves all over it, front and back. And it's got that nice lettuce hem on the bottom. And look at all the wrinkles. Remember we talked? Wrinkles are good. Wrinkles means it's not that nasty polyester material. This feels really, really great. Their night dresses have some give to them. As you can see, they have plenty of stretch. I never feel sausaged into these. They fit true to size. Just remember to know your measurements, not your size, know your measurements and compare them to Temu size chart. So what you might wear a 10, if you walk into a store on Temu, you might wear a 12 or a 14, but don't let that scare you because it's the measurements. Their sizes run weird. This has that I've been stored in a warehouse kind of smell, a little musty, but I know from experience that I always wash these before I wear them. They wash beautiful. They don't fade. But then again, I wash in cold water. I don't do anything to get really dirty unless I'm out gardening, and then that stuff I wash in warm. But there's no such thing as cold water in Arizona in the summer. Did you know that? You can get cold water from your refrigerator, but your sink and your washer machine will never give you cold water in the summertime. Everything comes out lukewarm because the pipes aren't deep enough. So beautiful night dress. Love the colors. Pinks, whites, reds, hearts, wrinkles galore. Makes me very happy to see that. This will go into the wash. Love this. Yes, I know. If Mama were here, she'd be saying, "Oh, that's mine." Or, "I want that." How many of you just said that, right? You just got to say it on behalf of Mom. When you see something that you know she'd say, you just go ahead and say it. All right, let's see what else we got. A couple more things in here, I think. I don't even know how big this order is. It's been a while since it's actually been about 3 weeks since I ordered it. I don't know why it took so long for it to come. This was $26.09. Now, to me, it was worth it. This is, hold on. I got to move some stuff out of the way or I'm going to send my beverage flying. This is a solar fan. Solar operated fan, and it's a set of 2, all right, for the greenhouse. The greenhouse has a window on each side. The windows are about 12 inches. Well, these are little 4-inch fans because a greenhouse will get really hot. I don't know if you've ever had one or been around one. They get super, super hot. So here's your fan. These are solar operated. There's where it plugs into the solar unit. This is the actual fan. All right. And yes, it's plastic, but that, all it has to do is spin. It doesn't have to be metal. So let me turn it around this way. All right. So there's your fan blade that's exposed, but there's 2 of them. I'll get the other one out in a second. It comes with, come on. They come with a grid. This is a safety grid. As you can see, there are 4 holes, 1 on each corner for these 4 little things. And this goes over the top like that so that your fan blade is behind the safety grid, right? You just have to screw it in. And it does come with the screws. There's all the screws and the nuts that you need. There's a set of 8 in here, so 4 for each one. So once you know it's working and you don't have to mess with the fan, then you simply attach your safety grid. The back is already closed off. All right. This is the part that will be on the outside, blowing on the outside. Now, you can mount this a whole bunch of different ways. It's up to you, however you want to hang it, however you want to mount it. There's the end that plugs in. Let me move some of these pieces here. I went with the set of 2 simply because there's 2 windows in my greenhouse. There's the other one, exact same thing. Exact same cover to go over the top of it. So you have your 2 fans, and these fans are only about 4 inches, but that's about all you need. If you have 1 in each window and they're opposite each other, they're going to suck out from the middle to both sides. So these 2 are more than enough for that greenhouse, because remember, the greenhouse is just shy of 5 feet square by 5, 5 feet square, 5 by 5. So these 2 are going to be plenty. Now, the solar panel. Again, I don't want to have to run power out to a portable greenhouse. If this was a big wooden greenhouse, that would be different, but this is portable. Here's your solar panel. There's your plug on the back. And what it comes with, and I'll show you right here. It has the splitter cable. So your main plug goes into there just like that easy. And then it splits off on each side. So in other words, this will sit up on the roof. This is the panel. It's a pretty good size. It's about 15 inches by 6 inches. It's a pretty decent size. That's your panel. It's got, you can screw it, or what my plan to do is to use zip ties to attach it firmly, right? This will be on the top. This will split over the peak of the roof, all right? One on each side. And as that splits down, it will connect into each individual fan, because you have about, I think I measured it and I only need like about 3 feet. And this is a little bit more than a total length of 3 feet, where this gets plugged in to either one of the tails. It doesn't matter. They just plug right in like that. And it's automatically going to be on. So if this was charged by sun, there is no on-off spot for it. All right. It has USB ports on the bottom here, where if I wanted to plug something in, if I'm outside and my phone is fading, I can actually plug my USB into this solar panel and charge off this panel. That's another reason why it's worth $26, right? So there's no on-off switch. It's automatically on, right? If the panel had power to it, if it's been exposed to the sun, if it was charged. So you have plenty of space for it to come down past the peak of the roof and down to where the window is, so we can draw it out. Absolutely love these. I looked at every single solar panel fan that they had available. And for me and for my needs and for the size of that greenhouse, this was the best option. I love that it had just the right length. This was, I think they said this was like 39 inches plus the extra length on the cord. So it's about 43, 44 inches from the peak. Well, my windows are only 29 inches from the peak. So more than enough length. If you need more length, they do have adapters that you can add to these to make it longer. So that's another good thing that goes with it. These are stainless steel. This looks like a little barbecue grill, and it's made almost exactly the same way. It is stainless steel. It is solid. It is sturdy. It's going to hold up beautifully. So I'm really, really pleased with this. I know it's going to be a while before I actually get to use it, because I'm not setting up the greenhouse anytime soon. I do have some other information to give you, but I'll hold off on that for just a little bit. Well, at the end of the video, I'll give you some information. All right. So let's see what we have left. I'm not even sure. There's big stuff in here. Gotta make sure there's nothing else in here. All right, that's it. Bag's empty. This big stuff. $16.48. Now remember, this was $16.48. The solar panels were $26. I mean, this order was well over $60 for everything, because these are a little bit higher priced items. You know, we got the light bulb itself was $8.36 and $4 and change for this. I mean, prices were up there, right? But I didn't pay a dime. Not 1 penny. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Is it working, the system? No, it's earning it. Because when I make these videos, let me tell you a little secret. When I make these videos and you guys watch them, that's the most important thing, is the views. That's why it's important to share these videos, because it's the views, the number of views that count above all else. And Temu says, wow, she got 500 or 600 or 800 views on this video. It helps keep the video out into the public eye. And Temu says, you're doing a great job. We're going to reward you. Here's some cash and here's some credit, and do what you want with it. This is what I do with it. I turn everything into orders for you guys, and orders of different stuff, useful stuff that you don't typically see with a lot of other, with a lot of other Temu. Now, this is a set of 2, so I'm only going to open 1, because I think 1 will be sufficient to show you what they are. I'm trying to get more organized, right? Well, I had got these with the intent to get more organized and put them up immediately. But now they're going to go into storage. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Gosh, a bag in a bag in a bag in a bag. All right, that's just crazy. Okay. These, you see this? Can you figure out what this is? It has the hardware up here. It has the screws. You can see that it has 4 holes to mount. It has nice rubber padding on these bars. This is steel. This is not plastic. This is not aluminum. This is steel, rubber tipped caps on the sides. This T-bar and the other one like it, this is for mounting up on the ceiling in the garage. Put 2 of them, space them about 4 to 5 feet apart, and lay my scrap lumber, my scrap wood across them as a place to hold everything up in the air where I can see what I have, but it's all up where it's dry on the inside. So you get these one at a time, but I ordered a set of 2, which made them a little bit cheaper because they can be $10 or $12 for just one. This is steel. And at the big box stores, you're going to pay about $40 to $50 for a set of 2, because trust me, I priced them. So for the 2 of these to come in at, what did I say, $16 and change, you can't beat it. So it comes with all the hardware that you need for mounting. You just have to make sure that you find the stud in the ceiling and you know which way your studs are going, if they're going this way or if they're going this way, so that you grab the entire stud as you screw up in it. So that was the plan. All right. It's going to put 2 of these about 4 feet apart, 3 to 4 feet apart, because most of my pieces of lumber are anywhere from 4 to 6 inches. I don't want them too far apart because if I do have a shorter piece of wood, then I can't make use of getting this up and on. So very, very cool. Black, powder coated. Isn't that great? And these things, you can slide them. Depending on how big your piece of wood is, you can center them or put them up against the middle. It's a great idea. Lumber storage. If you do only want to use one of them, bikes. You can hang bikes on them. You can hang anything that has a strap. You can hang multiple things with a strap on this, on both sides, as long as try to keep the weight even, obviously. But yeah, whatever you can think of to hang up on this. And no, you don't hang the ex-boyfriends or the ex-husbands on this, okay? I know that thought crossed some of your heads. Obviously, it crossed mine or I wouldn't have said it. Okay, so that is it for that order. Now, let me fill you in. I'm downsizing. This coming Saturday, what is the 27th, I believe, I am literally doing a Christmas in July garage sale. All of my Christmas decorations, and I have massive amount of tubs. My inside decorations, my outside decorations, my Christmas bags, my wrapping paper, Christmas boxes. I mean, everything to do with Christmas. I am doing a massive garage sale and clearing out as much as I can get rid of. And then I will have another sale with maybe kitchen stuff or maybe crystalware or clothing wear. I am getting rid of as much as I can, and I am downsizing drastically because my plan is within the next, I can't say for sure how many months, it all depends, but my plan is to downsize into a smaller home. This house is not all that big, but it's more than what I need. And with the cost of living going up a lot more than my income goes up, it's not cost effective for me to try to stay here. If I do, I mean, I can afford to stay here, but if I do that, then I can't afford to do anything else. I can't afford to travel. I can't afford to go back to New York and see my friends. I can't afford, to go out and eat as often as I want to eat. I literally have to live on a shoestring. And that's not, for me, that's not what retirement is about. Retirement is be able to live, be comfortable, be able to enjoy myself and do things. So I am keeping my eyes open for a more reasonable home, a more affordable home. I looking in all sorts of places. I don't want to restrict myself to just one spot. After this big storm and all the damage I took yesterday, I'm seriously thinking it should not be in Arizona, or at least not in the valley at Arizona. I need to get out of the valley where everything comes down and wishes on you. So that's one of the reasons why, that's a primary reason why I'm not putting these hooks up in the garage yet, because to me, there's no point in putting them up over, only to turn around and have to take them back down again to maybe take them with me to the next home. I don't want to invest anything permanent in the house, other than what I've already done. That's why I'm trying to get the painting done and get everything else finished in the house. So it's big. It's big news. I know a lot of you, I haven't filled anybody in on it. I haven't mentioned anything about it, but this is something that's been in the works for me now for 6.5, almost 7 months since the beginning of the year. Yeah. Especially with what I went through with Sadie. I should never have not been able to provide for her final expenses on my own. And it was very hard, very embarrassing for me to ask for help. And I am eternally grateful for everyone that did help. And that's something that I will never, ever forget. But I don't want to have to do that again. I don't want to have to do that, when Levi's time comes. I don't want to have to do anything like that. Should I have any kind of emergencies or even any major emergencies or repairs in the house, I don't ever want to have to ask anybody for help, because that's not something I've ever done in my entire life. I've never actually asked for anything. I've always been very stubbornly independent, and very resistant, I'll admit it, to getting help from anybody for anything. It's always like I have to do it. I just have to do it myself. So I have to get myself in a better situation. I have to get myself into more affordable housing. And no, I'm not going into an apartment. I'm going to find a house. I'm going to find a casita. I'll find a mobile home. I'll find a tiny home. I'll find an RV in an RV park. I'm going to have my own space, but I have to do it in a way that's affordable. So it may take me some time to do that. But in the meantime, I am downsizing. So some of the things that you see, you're not going to see them in action because I'm going to be storing them. But you'll see them in action wherever it is that I land, and you'll get you'll get to watch Temu move with me. Obviously, I'm not going to stop doing the Temu. I have 3 more orders coming. Don't know when they're going to get here, but I will definitely bring them to you when they do. I need a beverage. So anyway, I rambled enough. I filled you in. Cross your fingers for me that everything goes well. Right now, my priority is still taking care of the mama. And whatever she needs is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to make as much happen for her as possible. Take care of my little Levi guy. And yes, I am taking care of myself. As you can probably tell, I look a little bit better. My hair's a little disheveled, but when you're going outside and you're doing damage control, I'm going to be disheveled. So guys, anyway, big thumbs up. Share the video. Please don't forget. Watch it, watch it, watch it. Get as many views out there as you can for people, because it's the views that really help me. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, you know what Mama would say. Mama would say, do it now. What are you waiting for? I have more to bring you. I do have another big order coming with, I don't know, maybe 20 items or so. And some of those items are for my 5,000 subscriber goodie box. So I specifically ordered some additional items for the goodie box, and I'll show them to you before I throw them into the goodie box. And you can check out the previous video that I did where it shows you all the items that I have so far for that 5,000 subscriber. We are almost, I believe we've hit 3,000. I'm not sure. I haven't checked. Been busy with Mom. So thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Keep us in your prayers. Cross your fingers for everything. Stay hydrated. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I will catch you in a couple of days, or as soon as the order gets here, with another Temu order. Bye.